Yeah, now it's done, I guess. Now it's come. Okay. So we'll start with the first lecture itself and then we'll go through. Okay. So this was the first question. So I told you, right? If you have access, are you able to hear me? You're able to see my screen, right?
Yes. No
Everything is
problem. No
perfect.
problem.
Okay, let's
Everything
start
is
then.
perfect.
Yeah. So if you have a quadratic equation, something like this, x square minus x plus 1. So you already are aware of this fact, right? So if you have some equation, so what is the standard form of equation? X square plus,
Bx plus c.
yeah. And for the, if you want the quadratic equation that should go upward, what should the value of a?
A is
If
greater
I want
than
like this, if I want a quadratic equation like this, what should be the value of a?
greater than 0.
Greater than 0, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And for for the opposite one,
Less than 0.
yeah. So it's like this is greater than 0, and then if you have a less than 0, then it will go down. Okay. What is the vertex? What is this vertex? Can somebody tell me what is the
Axis of symmetry.
yeah? What is the coordinate of
minus
vertices?
b by
Minus
2.
b by 2a.
Minus b by 2.
Minus b by 2.
And what is the y coordinate?
F of minus
E
b by 2a.
Minus
e
b by 2.
minus f of minus b by 2.
How do you
Yes,
get
sir.
that? How do you get that? What is the slope at this point?
0.
0.
X plus b.
How do you
Zero.
get that?
Two-
How do you get the x coordinate?
Slope is 0.
Sir, we can found axis of symmetry. It's
No, sir.
also
Then
Slope is equals to 0 at
yeah, slope will be
dx,
0 at this
dy by dx is
vertices.
0.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
if you have to calculate slope at some random point, how will you calculate? What's the value at that?
2x plus b.
2x plus b.
Yeah. So basically, you are doing so. If you have any plot, if you have any equation, it's not about the quadratic equation. If you have to know the slope at any point, you just differentiate it with respect to x, right? Whatever the variable it is. So if you are differentiating, I know many of you are not aware of this differentiation. You will be taught in I guess upcoming session, upcoming what do you call that week. So basically, you do the differentiation and you will get that, right? 2x plus b. This is the slope that you get, right? And you are already aware of that. If this is vertices, then the slope will be 0 because it will be parallel to x-axis, correct? So you just equate it to 0 to get the value of x here. So if you want the coordinate of x, you can directly write it like this, minus 2 upper. So this is what you equate it to 0 because this is the slope at that point. So this is the point at any random x point. Okay, at any x point you get the slope like this. And if you want at this point the coordinate of x, you just equate it to 0 because you are already aware that at this point the slope will be 0. So you equate it to 0, you get the value of x coordinate. And how will you get the coordinate of y coordinate? How will you get the value of y coordinate? You just put this in this equation, the value of x, and you'll get the value of y, right? Y coordinate. Okay, is this
Sir.
clear to everyone? How do you get that?
Yes, sir.
If you just forget the formula also, sometimes you will forget the formula or you don't know how to apply this. Maybe the equation will not be in the form of this, right? Maybe you can get some 5x squared, that's it. So this is also quadratic equation, and then you'll be searching for what is b here and then what is a here. So if you are getting confused, for those people who just get confused, like maybe in the exam you're getting confused. So what you can do is just differentiate it. Yeah, just differentiate any quadratic equation, any quadratic, like any equation, if you are getting, just differentiate it once. And that value will be the slope at that x, some random x point. And if you have been asked to calculate the x coordinate at vertices, then equate it to 0 because at that point the slope will be 0. For any equation, it's not about the quadratic equation, for any random equations. At this point where the where there is a vertices, right, like this or like here, so the slope will be 0, right? So okay, so it will work for all the other equations also. It's not for the quadratic equation, but mostly it will be asked, like not mostly, always will be asked for the quadratic equation. Okay, but if you have not read the differentiation and all, so don't worry, you just remember the formula for some time, for 2-3 weeks, and then you'll be taught regarding the integration differentiation also. Okay, is this fine to everyone?
Yes.
sir.
Is this clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So let's, for example, the equation was what? X square minus x plus 1. Okay, and then you have to calculate the vertices. This plot, how will it go? It will go upward or downward?
Upward.
It will go upward, right? At
Upward.
A, you are already aware that A is positive. If you have to calculate this vertice, how will you calculate this? You can calculate the formula also. That is fine, minus b by 2a. But if you just want to differentiate it, 2x minus 1, right? Equated to 0. Because you are already aware that, yeah, that at this point the slope will be 0. So x equals to 1 by 2, right? Simple. And then put there to get the y coordinate. So you can get the y coordinate.
Hello,
or
sir.
y is. Okay?
Yes.
Hello,
Oh.
sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I am late joined. Can you explain what happening?
Yeah, so nothing. I was just discussing about how to calculate the vertices. Okay. So you are already aware like how to calculate the vertices. What's the vertices part? Minus 2 by 2.
Minus b upon 2a.
Or minus. So I was just telling how to get this value. If you forget the formula, how will you get that? So you just have to
Okay.
differentiate it,
Okay.
equate it to 0, because at that point, at vertices, your slope will be 0. So that is how. Okay.
sir, thank
Can
you.
we move to the next question?
Yes.
Sir, I also have doubt in activity 3.8, sir. I couldn't find it question, sir.
I'm just discussing 3.1 now. So
Okay,
whenever
sorry,
we'll
sir.
go to 3.8, we'll discuss that also. Okay.
Yes, sir. I joined late, sir. Sorry, sir.
Okay. So the first question is done. Then the second is also simple because here, so how will it go? It will go downward because A is negative here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the third problem, this is pretty simple. Okay. So you have a function x square plus 10x plus 10. Okay. And then you have to calculate minima or maxima. Okay. So how will you know that whether the
Y
minima
has
will occur or
minimum.
maxima will occur?
Sir,
How
by
do you
seeing
know?
the A value, sir. By seeing the
When
A
A
value.
is greater than 0,
Greater
then
than
it is
0,
it's so
upward.
minimum, and if the
So
A
did
is
you
less than 0,
remember
then
that,
it's
or
so
there is some
maximum.
trick? Did you? So this is x square plus 10x plus 1. Okay. So
Yes.
if A, okay, if somebody forgot how whether A is greater than 0, it is negative, like minima and maxima. How will you? What's the concept behind that? Can somebody tell me? If you are plotting like this will go like this. Okay. So here,
Yes, sir.
what will happen? Whether you will be getting minima or maxima.
Minimum.
Minimum.
Minima, yeah, correct. So you'll be getting minimum. What is the vertices? What is the vertex? What is the x coordinate of that like vertex?
Minus 10, sir.
Minus
10 upon 2A.
Minus
Like
5.
minus 5.
I don't think so. It's
Minus
like
5.
okay. So this is why I was telling you. If you are forgetting the formula, what you can do is just differentiate it to 10x equals to 0, right? So x equals to minus 5. Okay, so minus 5 will be the x coordinate, and y coordinate you just put it here. Okay, if you are putting it here, so 5 square plus 10 into 5 plus 1. So whatever you're getting will be your y coordinate.
Plus 50, that's
10
Okay.
into minus 5.
Yeah.
Minus
Okay.
24.
Is this clear to everyone?
yes, sir.
Yes. No
Yes,
problem.
sir.
Okay. Shall we move to the next question? Next 3.2.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm having a doubt in the question 10 of tutorial week 3. So,
Yeah. We'll go through that, but first we'll go through all the activity question. Then only we'll move.
then you will go
Tutorial.
through it.
So the best part to ask tutorial is to ask in the TA session. Okay. Because
Okay.
tutorial again, I need to go through the video, right, and then check at which point you have a doubt, right? It will take a lot of time.
But sir, I have only one question. So could you please manage this one question?
Okay. So after 10:30, we'll discuss that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
First, I'll go through this and then one. Otherwise, again, we'll get.
Okay, sir. I will remind you.
Yeah. Okay. So these are okay. So this is a question. So it's like just the simple question, but somehow they have written in the paragraph form. So yeah. So one more thing, in the exam also you can get this type of problem. So don't get panic with after like it's a paragraph type of questions. Like I need to read 5-6 lines and like this. So they have written just in 2-3 lines. In the exam you can get questions that will be simple but written in some 5-6 lines. Okay. So don't get panic. So it will be simple. Okay. If you're reading this question, it's like simple equality equation is given, and then you just need to find what x coordinate of the vertices. This is what you have to calculate, right? nothing else. So how will you calculate that? Just 2x plus 2 equals to, so x is minus 1.
minus b by 2x.
Correct.
Minus 1.
Minus 1.
Yeah.
X is
So it's pretty simple. And then the same question, the similar type of questions. If you have any doubt, should I solve this one? No, right?
No, sir.
First.
Two.
Okay. So in the two question, what is, so there is like two guy, Dev and Ananya. Okay. And then they bought 20 toys together. So let's, for example, Ananya has X number of toys, then they will be having how many?
20 minus x.
20 minus X. So from this 20,
Then
they lost
multiply as
3
equal
and
to
4
42.
respectively. So X minus 4 into 20 minus X minus 3. So you just have to do the product of those two. So what did I say?
Equal to 42.
Okay. So I said, what was that? One is X and then the other one is 20 minus X. And then they lost something. They lost how many? How many Ananya lost?
4.
4.
Oh,
Correct. And they've lost 3, I guess.
three.
Right.
Yes.
And then the product of both are what? How many is what's the product of these two?
42.
42. This is a quadratic equation you can solve, right? And get the value of it. Do you want me to solve or you'll be able to solve?
No, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I also solved it.
Do I need to solve?
No,
Okay, then you can solve it, right? I guess 20 multiply with x minus 4. And then you have minus x into x minus 4. And then minus 3x minus 4 equals to
Yes, sir.
42. So just solve it. 20x minus 80 minus x square plus 4x minus 3x plus 12 equals to 42. So what's the value you are getting? You are getting minus x square. And then you have how many? From here you are getting 20 plus 4. 24 minus 3 is 17. Sorry, 20 plus. So here from here you are getting 1. So 21, right? So you are left with how many? 21x. And then here you are getting 30 plus 80, 110. And then, so basically you are getting minus 110 equals to 0. So you can solve this, I guess.
Sir, it is wrong.
I think, sir, there will be any mistake.
Sir, any mistake?
What did I?
There is a mistake, sir.
Okay.
20x.
Sir, Dev and Ananya both have 20. So x plus y is equals to 20, and x minus 3 and x minus 4. X minus 3
Y
means,
minus 4.
yes,
Okay.
yes, no,
This
Why
is
do we
minus 3
use
into
the
y
two
minus.
variable? We can also use
They both
the
are
single
like, yeah,
variable.
this is correct, I guess. I don't think so there is any issue. Yeah, this is correct.
yes, sir.
Okay, but I guess somewhere I did the
Sorry,
mistake.
question is
Some
calculation.
Calculation formation में गलती हो गई.
calculation, I guess I did some mistake. So because x I took it correctly and then 20 minus x is left and then 3 Dev has lost, 4 Ananya has lost, and then the product is 42, I guess, right? Product is how many? 42. Okay, so
So leave it for calculation.
Sir,
Okay.
actually,
okay,
why-
got it. See, from here you'll be getting x value, that is basically for Ananya.
yes,
But
sir.
in the question
X
it
minus
asks
3 and
form
X minus
equation
4.
where Dev is getting. Okay, so what you can do is, okay, so this is not correct. So you can take it like this. Okay, I didn't read the question, whole question. So basically you have to start like this. So they would be having x and Ananya would be having 20 minus x. And then you can form it like 20 minus x minus 4 multiply with x minus 3. So now it is correct. Okay, now you can do it. You'll be getting the correct. Okay, so okay, this is 42. So what did I do the mistake? So you can learn it from here. So what did I start with? Ananya as x, okay, and then Dev was 20 minus x. But here it is what is asking, can you form an equation for Dev? So Dev should be having x and then Ananya should be having 20 minus x. Okay, Rishabh, you want to ask something? Okay, is this clear to everyone? The second question?
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
You have any doubt?
No, no, sir.
Okay, so you raised your hand. Okay, so the third problem is, so this is a similar problem, I guess. Represent the following problem in the form of equation. So this is simple, or should I solve this?
No,
No,
sir,
sir.
action problem.
It's simple.
Okay,
So take next question.
so the next
is
question,
also easy.
yeah, this is
No,
also
sir.
simple, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
leave it.
Yes, I skip.
Okay, so the next question is, Ananya runs a shopping store and then shopping sell books, and so you have been given a profit and then you have been asked find the value of u in order to maximize the profit.
We have
Okay.
to use the maximum.
Yeah,
concept
basically
here.
see this is a plot, this is a quality equation, and then you need to find the quality for
Yes,
the
sir.
quality equation, the
We
maximum
have to
value
find
of. So,
first
yeah,
axis
so you
of
just
the
have to
metric, then put it in the equation.
correct.
Then we
So
get
you have to
the
basically calculate the y coordinate at the vertices. Okay,
Yes, sir.
is this clear? The fifth question. So
Yes,
basically, you
sir.
have
Yes,
been
sir.
given, yeah. So this is clear. So you just have to calculate the maximum value. So you have similar type of problem will be there in your exam also. You can be asked similar type of problem like where you have to form a quality equation in form of some profit loss. Okay, and then you have to maximize the profit. Okay, so maximizing the profit, that means what? You just have to calculate the vertices like y coordinate of that vertices. Okay,
Yes, sir.
correct. The best method is what? If somebody has remembered the vertices, that is clear, or whatever the equation you are forming, differentiate it, get the value of x, put the value of x inside that equation, and then get the value of y. Okay, that will be your profit. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So take
So now-
next activity.
Yeah, so let's move to the 3.3. Yeah, so the next is also calculate the slope. I told you how to calculate the slope at any point. Just differentiate it. So it's like
Yes,
2x
sir.
plus 2, or you can use the
2x.
formula 2x plus b. Okay, that both are same. Okay, I told you, right? 2x plus b also it's coming after differentiation rule,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now you have to calculate the slope for the parabola, and it's like this is also pretty simple.
Yes.
The
Yes,
same
sir.
thing you have to do it here also. You have to calculate the slope of the parabola or any quality equation you have to calculate, just differentiate it at that point. So 3.4, right? Can we move to 3.4?
Yes, sir. So I have a doubt in first question.
Okay, let's discuss the
Actually, I solved it and also got correct answer. But can you solve again?
Yeah,
I
okay, I'll
just
solve it.
In
Okay.
this in this question, we have to find the maximum.
Yeah, so basically see, so you have to a stone has been thrown at in some initial speed. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. And then so you don't have to use anything else. Okay, don't use the formula other v square equals to u square plus 2s or the other equation that is generally used. Okay, for the other equation, though, you can solve it pretty simple. But here it has been given, the trajectory has been given, and then trajectory in the form of t. So you already know that s is equals to, what's the formula? So basically that you read in physics.
Equal to ut plus half it square.
Correct, but that you don't have to use
ut
it.
plus half it square.
Yeah, so that you don't have to use it. So whoever has prepared the question, he just has like A
Sir.
or G. Yeah.
can you solve that question?
Yeah, I'm solving this. This question only I'm solving. So the height is following some equation. So tell me this, what's the equation? So what is the equation of height? This
IoT
is,
square.
what is
IoT
minus
square.
5
5t plus half ut square.
plus half ut square?
No, no.
Or-
IoT square. sir.
Minus 5t square.
Okay, so this is a coordinate, and how will it
Plus
go?
half
It will go
ut.
like this, right? It will go something like this. Okay.
Yes.
Basically, you have to calculate the initial value of u.
Yes.
It will go something like this. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So there is some speed u. Okay, that is fine. So okay. So at this point, you know the y coordinate, right? So you have the y coordinate, correct? And that is equals to 5, right? This is what you know.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. You know the x coordinate or not?
No, sir, but we can
Sir.
calculate x coordinate
no,
by
Yeah.
x
So x coordinate, how will you
Yes,
calculate?
sir. Differentiate.
minus b upon 2a.
Minus 10t plus half u. This is the x coordinate, correct?
Sir,
Yes,
also
sir.
we use minus b upon 2a.
From there also you can calculate. So how do you calculate? Oh, okay.
Actually, that
But
will
this
be
is
minus
wrong.
5.
Sir,
This is not x coordinate. This is the slope at that point. So you have to equate it to 0. You'll get the something like this. U by 2 equals to 10t, and then t is equals to u upon 20. So
Yes,
this is
fine.
what you will get. Okay.
Sir, can you use axis of x coordinate?
So what is the
the set-
formula? X equals to minus b by
upon
2a. Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Use that
Yes.
formula. How do you use that
B-
formula?
B is U by 2.
1 upon 2.
1 upon
1 upon
2
2, right?
Yes.
Upon 2 into
2 upon minus 5.
minus 5, and this is also minus 1 by 2, right?
Yes. That
Correct.
will be 10. Yes.
So it will be 1 upon 4 into 5. That, like, this is u.
Yes, the U is also there.
So you will be u upon 20. And from that formula also you are getting t equals to u upon 20. Correct? Is this clear or not?
Sir, 2 into minus 5, that will be minus 10, and so there 2 upon
See.
minus 10. So minus 10 ऊपर जाएगा ना?
See. What is the b here? Minus
B.
1 by
2, yes.
U by
this is
2.
b, right? This is b.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And then 2 into a. What is a here? Minus
Minus
5.
5.
Minus 5.
minus
Correct?
5.
Yes.
Sir, U by 20.
Okay. So now you have minus got cancelled. This is fine.
Yes.
Okay. So u upon 2,
U by
and
20
then you have what is there in the denominator?
divided by
10, right?
20.
1 upon 10.
10.
So it will be what? U upon 20. Correct?
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Yeah. So u
Yes.
upon 20. From here also you are getting the same thing. You differentiate it, equate it to 0, get the value of t.
Yes.
Okay. And this is what u upon 20.
Okay.
This is the x coordinate, right? X coordinate of the vertices.
Yes.
Okay. And if you are putting u upon 20 in this equation, you should be getting 5 here. Correct or not?
Yes.
Put
Yes,
the value
yeah.
there. Minus 5 u by 20 whole square plus half u
Whole square.
into
Yes.
u upon 20. Equate it to 5. You'll get the
Is
value of
to
u.
5.
Yes, yes, sir. Correct, sir.
Yeah, equate it to 5. You'll get the value of u.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So you have two values.
You can't have two. So one will be negative. So
Yes.
it's like, yeah, so it will be something. Okay. Should I solve this?
No, no, sir. No.
So it will be
No,
getting.
sir.
No, sir, we can solve.
Yeah, so this is like pretty simple. U upon something will be getting 20 into 20, and then you have minus 5 here. So you'll be getting something, sorry, 4 here. So u square upon 40 into 2 you'll be getting here, and then you have something u square upon 40 here equals to 5. So you'll be getting u square upon 40. You can take it common, and then 1 minus 1 upon 2 plus 1 equals to 5. So you are left with u square upon 18 equals to 5. So u square equals to 400. So you'll be getting u equals to 20, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's move to the next question now. There it is. So yeah, so this is simple, right? Find the root of this equation.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't think so. Okay. This is also simple. The
Yes.
repeated root, not a very difficult.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Let's move to the next part.
So I have a doubt in first question.
Okay. So what is this first question? You have to calculate the slope, right? Slope of a line
Yes.
which passes through the vertices. Okay, so slope. So you have to calculate the vertices and then y-intercept. How will you calculate y-intercept? How? So in the last class, what did we discuss? If you have 2 points, you can calculate the slope. So the 1 point is the vertices, and the 1 is the intercept. Y-intercept. How will you calculate y-intercept?
By putting a value of x-intercept.
By putting the value x equals to 0.
Putting x is equal
X
to
is
0.
equal to 0.
Yeah. So if you are putting x equals to 0, what are the value you are getting?
-5.
Minus
Minus 5.
So your 1 point is what? Your 1 point is 0, -5.
Yes.
What is your other point? Calculate the vertices. You can calculate the vertices. So what's the equation? Your basically equation is x square plus 10x minus 5. This was your equation, right? Or did I
Yes.
make a mistake? Okay. So 2x plus 10 equals to 0. So you are getting x equals to -5. So -5 is the one thing. And the other part is what? You are putting the value of -5 here. You will be getting 25
Minus 20, sir.
minus 50 minus 5. So you'll be getting how much?
Minus
30.
25
Minus
30.
30, sir.
minus 30. So calculate the slope now. How generally calculate the slope? Y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Okay, what is the value of y2 here? Take anyone, like minus 30 minus of minus 5 upon what is the x2? Minus 5 minus 0. What is the value you are getting?
-25 by -5.
-7.
5.
5.
You are getting 5.
Okay,
Correct?
okay. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
second question.
Yeah, second question, what is the identify the point at which the slope is 10. So you know the formula, right? Okay, so I told you about that, right? How to calculate the slope.
5
So,
So,
I can calculate
Plus
first
b is equal
point,
to
but
10.
Okay, so how do you calculate if you have been ax square plus bx plus c? So your slope is what? 2x plus b, right? Equate it to
yes,
10 now. You will get the
Yes.
value of x. So that will be b minus 10 upon 2a. Put the value of b and a here. Is it clear?
yes.
yes, sir.
And sir, for y coordinate?
We put
So
the
y
x
coordinate,
value
you
in the
just put the value
equation.
here, right?
Okay, got it.
Okay, let's move to the next question. Okay, what's the next question? Okay, so choose the correct statement. Is there any problem in this sensitivity?
No, sir.
So can you explain sensitivity?
Yes,
Yes,
please
sir.
explain
Shortly.
advance.
Without graph.
What is sensitivity? So if you are changing a small value now, your final value or the output will change a lot. Okay. Just a small change you are making in x, your final output is changing a bit more. Okay. So if you have 10x square, if you have changed the value of x a little bit, also the 10x square will be a large value, right? So similarly, your 0.01 will be a very less value. So this is what like is most sensitive and less.
Okay.
Got it right? If you're changing the value of x and there is a high impact on the y, then you can say that.
Got it, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So the next question is, a football-
Please repeat.
Okay, basically, if you are changing a value of x, if there is a large impact on y, then you can change that. Then you can say that it's like more sensitive toward x, right? So this is what in the life also it happens, right? And similarly for the less sensitive, if you are changing a value of x a bit, the y is changing a very less. Like there is a very less change in y. That's why it's generally called that as a less sensitive. Okay. So here you can see that for the 10x square, if you are just changing the value of x from 1 to 2 or maybe 1 to 1 point, some small value if you are changing, there will be a large change in 10x square, but there will be a very less change in 0.01. Correct?
Yeah, sir.
Correct?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move to the next question. What is this? The football player kicks a ball from the ground and the path of the ball. Football is modeled in some the trajectory of the ball football is in some parabolic. Okay, so that is a quadratic equation where x is your horizontal distance. Okay, so x is the distance from that player to the goal. Okay, like so horizontal distance, he must be like kicking the ball toward the goal itself. So that's why I told that. And then you have a height of h. Okay, and then both are measured in some feet. That is fine. And the another player jump and take a header. Okay, when the slope. Okay, so let's discuss this problem. I guess this one many of you would have struggled to solve this.
Yes.
But this was also simple, right? So y is equals to what? What is the equation? Minus 1 upon 125 x square. What is the other value?
Plus 20.
In this question, we have to find the y coordinates.
Okay. So basically, what you have to do is some trajectories following. So if there is a player, so he just kicked the ball. So there was a ball and he just kicked it. Maybe here it is a goal or he has to where it is. So he's kicking the ball. So it is following some trajectory, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's following some trajectory, and then there's some other player. So he just jumped and kicked the ball with his head, right? Okay. And this is the equation of that parabola. Now, basically, what you have to calculate is what is been asked to calculate. You have to calculate the maximum height the ball will reach and the maximum height reached by the player. And then you have been given something else also. Another player jumps and have a header at the slope at this point. Okay. So what is the slope? What is the slope for this equation? Just tell me the slope. That's why I was telling you every time. If you don't know that, just differentiate it. 1 upon 125 into 2x. This will be your slope, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then equate it to what? Point minus 0. What was that value?
Minus 2 by 125x. So
64.
okay.
Okay. So this x you can calculate, right? So at this point, this player is having a header, right? So this ball was going and then this player came and did the header with his head. Okay. At this point. At this point, the slope value was given, right? The slope value was given as 0.64. Now can you calculate the value of x, the x coordinate at this point? What is the x coordinate at this point? You can calculate, right? What is the value of 0.64 multiplied with 125 by 2? Correct? You can calculate it like this. So here you are getting 5 and here you have 4 and 2, 8 and then you are
14.
getting, so you are getting some 40,
14. Yeah, sir.
right? So you got the x coordinate of this point, but you have to calculate the height, right? So to calculate the height, what will you do? You'll just put the value of x here.
14 equation, main
So
equation.
minus 1 by 25 into 40 into 40 plus 20. Correct? What is the value you'll be getting?
0.64.
Huh? Calculate it now. You don't. So okay, basically
7.2.
164 by 5.
16 into 100. 16 into 100 by 125. This first. So you can do it like this: 4 and 5 and then
22.8,
you have
sir.
64 by 5. Basically, this is what? This is 16. Sorry, 16. I'm saying 12.8. I guess, right? 12.
10.2.
Yeah.
So you are getting 7.2, something like this. 7.3, 7.2 feet.
Yes, sir.
This was the height at which he can do the header. So is this clear to everyone? How did we do that?
Yes, sir.
Everyone is clear, or should I repeat this?
Yes.
Sir, can you explain second question again?
Which second question? This one only.
No, sir. Same activity, second question.
Okay, so we should have asked earlier, right? Okay, so identify the point at which the slope is 10.
Oh,
Okay,
yes,
so
sir. Sir, for slope, we use 2x plus b.
what is
And,
what is the equation for what is array?
X square plus 2x.
Okay. So what was the equation y equals to? What is the equation? Tell me.
So x square plus 2x minus 5 is 10.
5.
X square plus 2x minus 10.
And 5. Minus 5, sir.
That is 2x
Okay,
plus
minus
2.
what?
Is equal to 10.
No,
Yeah.
sir.
Slope
Minus
is 10.
minus equals to. So you have to calculate the slope, right? So the
2x
slope is
plus
what?
2.
2x plus
2,
2 is the slope. And that you have to
Is
equate
equal
to
to
10.
10. Then x
So
equal
2x
to
equals
4.
to 8. So x equals to 4, right? So at
Then
this
we have to
point,
put
the value of slope will be 10.
Hmm.
and put the value of x in the upper equation.
Is it clear? Is it clear?
yes, sir.
Whoever
Yes,
was asking
yes,
this?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So this question is also clear, right? This one is clear, the football one.
Yes, sir.
Or anybody has any doubt in this problem? And then the next question, the basic thing, something else also you have to calculate. And that's something, what is that? Something else that, okay, so you have to calculate, okay, so the first option is correct because
Maximum height.
7.2 we got, right? And then you have to calculate the maximum height. The maximum height, though, you are already expert in that, right? You just have to
Yes, sir.
calculate the vertices and then calculate the value of y. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Clear
can
to
you go to the previous slide?
previous slide? This one?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir, done.
Done. Okay. So let's move to the next one. So this one you can calculate. The maximum height you can calculate, right? Or should I calculate that?
Also, we can calculate, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
X equals to 0. Y equal to
Next move to the 3.7. 3.6 doesn't have any question. So let's move to 3.7. 3.7 was, I don't think so there is any question that should be the doubt for you.
Sir, second. Yeah, sir, second one, sir.
Okay, so the first one is simple.
Yeah,
Second
sir.
one. Let's move to the second one. Okay. So what is, okay, tell me the equation again. So this is the, okay, this is how the plot is going, and then you have been asked A multiply with x plus 2 and then you have b minus x. And if this equation is going upward, what will be the value of a?
Greater than 0.
Okay,
A
it should be greater than.
positive, na sir.
No, sir,
Less
it will be
than
But
negative.
here it is b also is been given.
Sir, we have to solve
of
this
x is
and
minus
convert it into general form.
Yeah. Okay.
Then we'll know what value is A
Yeah, so
taking.
the first condition is, see, b is also variable, right? So the b can be positive also. So the first condition, this is the first condition. And if you are giving b as a positive, just take b as some positive number, b equals to 5. Correct? So then this equation will convert into a into x plus 2. And then you have 5 minus x. Now tell me, what should be the value of a to have this type of plot?
a negative.
Correct? A should be negative, right?
Yes, sir.
Why A is negative? Because here x is negative,
Minus
right? So
Coefficient
here
of
the
x
coefficient will be
negative.
negative. To make it positive, it should be the A should be negative. Correct?
Negative.
Did you
Yes.
understand or not?
repeat that,
Whoever was
sir?
asking.
Yes, sir, yes.
Sir, can you repeat that, sir, please?
Okay, so I'm repeating.
Yes, sir.
The first,
Coefficient
minus, yeah. So here B is also variable, so B can take any value. B can take positive, B can be positive, and B can be negative also. Right?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. So B can be positive, and so first I took it B as a positive. Correct? So when I took B as a positive, B as 5 I took. First, let me explain, then only you should be asking the doubt. Okay, first let me explain. Okay. And then you can ask. So the first, what did I say? So the first thing that I took is B as a positive value, B as a 5 I took. So A multiplied with x plus 2 and then 5 minus x. Correct? So for this equation to be like this, A should be what? Positive or negative?
Negative, sir.
It should be negative, right? Because here you can see that x has a negative coefficient. And if you see that in the end, if you'll expand this, we'll be having something like this, x square. So for that, to make it this as a positive, A should be negative. So this is the first condition. From the first condition, we got A as a negative. So now what is the second condition? A can, because B is a variable, so B can be negative also, right? If you are taking B as a, B, let's for example, B you are taking minus 5. So if you are taking B as a minus 5, then your equation will convert into what? A into x plus 2 multiply with minus, and then you'll be having what? X plus 5. Now tell me, what should be the value of A here?
Negative.
Negative.
Again negative, right?
Yes, sir, negative.
Because to make it this as a positive, overall you should be making this as a, here also you are getting x square as negative. So to make it positive, you have to, the A should be negative. And yeah, so from both the condition you are getting A as negative. So A as negative. For any condition, any values of B, A should be negative. Is not it?
Sir,
Yes,
why
sir.
why we check B condition on B? So it's
I'm not
totally
saying,
depend
I'm
upon
just taking
coefficient of
A,
x
B
square.
can be any value, right?
Sir, you can expand the equation and explain. Then they will explain. Then they will understand it easily.
Okay.
Like the coefficient of x square should be positive. That's all.
Yeah,
Sir,
coefficient you can
sir,
explain.
it's not-
Yeah.
So why you check B? Depend
I'm
upon the
not saying,
coefficient
I'm
of x
just
square,
telling
no,
you just for the explanation purpose. Just so that
Okay,
you'll
sir.
be understanding it better. So you can expand it also, and then after expanding, you'll see that if you don't want to expand it, you can check for the B also. From both the condition, you are getting the same thing. A should be negative. Okay. And if you want to expand that, just do it the calculation. Now it will take a lot of time. It will take a lot. A into, what was the value here? X plus 2, and then you have B minus X.
Minus X,
Okay. So for if you are expanding this equation, you'll be having something like this, x square, and then some value, because B is not going to get here. Okay. So for this, because the equation, so the plot of this quadratic equation depends on this A, like the coefficient of x square. Right? After expanding, you'll be left with minus ax square. So to get this type of plot, this coefficient should be positive. So to make this as a positive, A should be negative. Did you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
sir.
from both you understand.
Got it, sir.
So
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
all from last activity, the last question, x value will be 40. Then can you explain the next step again?
Which one?
3.5.
You should be asking at that time itself. Otherwise, again, I'll be going back. And okay, the last question.
सर इसमें तो x की वैल्यू 40 निकाल दी, उसके बाद वो 40 वैल्यू इसमें पुट करेंगे ना
हाँ,
इक्वेशन,
correct.
तो वो तो मेरा अलग आ रहा है, मतलब
कैसे अलग आएगा? See, if you are putting the value of x equals to 40 here, so 40 का square of 125, right? Minus
Yes.
plus 20. So 16 into 100 by
Yes.
125, right?
Yes.
So you're
Yes,
getting
yes.
4 upon 5.
Yes.
64 upon 5. So that is 12.8. So minus
Yes.
12.8 plus 20. So you are getting 7.2, right?
Minus, oh yes, okay, correct sir, no problem, thank you sir. मेरे से वो माइनस ऐड किया नहीं गया था, इसलिए मिस्टेक हो गया.
Oh,
ओके, सॉरी सॉरी सर.
I think we should not ask the calculation because it will waste our time.
yeah. 1 second. Yeah. Pet up this.
Sir, your screen is not visible.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me have a sip of water. I'll be coming in 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
you're audible.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this is done 3.5. The last question is done, right? Anybody has any doubt in this question?
No, sir. Next.
No, sir.
Okay. So let's move to the other one. So 3.5 is done. 3.7. Yeah. So this is done, right? Second question. Anybody has any doubt in this? This is clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The third one, any other question? You have any doubt in other questions?
Sir, in fourth.
Which one?
Sir, fourth.
Fourth one. Okay. So identify the incorrect option. So you have to basically, which of the following are incorrect. So x square minus 15x plus 54. What is the root here? If you are solving this equation, what is the root?
6 and 9.
6 and 9.
9 and 6.
9 and 6.
Okay. So and you have to, and the first option is correct, right? The fourth is also correct. Both the roots are equals. Is 9 equals to 6? No. So this is correct. And then there are no roots. So this is also correct. So you basically have to find out the incorrect option. So what's the issue for this question? Like, I don't think so there's any issue in this question, right?
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. I don't read incorrect.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Let's move to the point 8, right?
Okay.
Sir, here I'm not able to solve these type of questions, sir.
Excuse me.
What is this? What should be added?
One question in the last one. Can you tell? What type of should we use the intercept form to find the roots, or should we use that standard form of minus p by 2a?
Any method you can calculate. There won't be any problem in the exam that will be asking you to solve. Like even they are asking you to solve any particular method, how can they know like you're answering with the help of that? So there is no pen and paper, right? Exam.
That's right. But based on the equation characteristics, can we get to know which form of the equations we have to use? Which method we have to use?
Any method, just use that formula to calculate it.
Either the direct formula or the intercept
Or
form.
even
Right?
if you see in the first side, if you are able to break that, factorize that is well and good. And if you are not able to break that, you can use the formula. Like the factorization method is simple if you are able to see, like in the first, just after seeing the equation, if you are able to see the factorization form, right? If there is some simple equation, like not simple, if they are able to see that, okay, I'm able to factorize that and the product also I'm getting. So then well and good, you can do that because you'll be able to know the root direct. But if you're not able to get that, then you use the formula, right?
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like not like square method and all. You don't have to like, okay, for knowledge you should be knowing, but because in the exam and all, you'll be most of the time you'll be using the factorization method if you are able to see, or because in the panic mode you will just use the formula.
Correct,
Okay.
because the formula works for every situation.
Yeah,
right?
formula will work every time. Okay, and that will give you.
Or we can use a Dharacharya formula.
What is that? Dharacharya.
So please explain.
Dharachar formula.
Okay, so you can use the factorization method also. So any of the two you can use. Okay. So the first option is the first question: what should be added to make it a perfect square? Okay. So what will you add to make it? So it's like from direct you can see that, right? It's like if you are able to make it 34 as 36, we'll be able to make it as perfect square, x minus 6 whole square. So what's the big deal in this? The first question.
Yeah, so I got that the second and like the second one.
Okay, so the second question is, will you be able to make this 37 as 36 any time by any chance? Will you be able to make this 37 as 36?
So by subtracting one, like.
Okay, you can subtract it 1, but you have to subtract it here also minus 1, right? So the other right hand side also. Okay, then you'll be left with what? X minus 6 whole square equals to minus 1. So are you getting anything from there?
No.
So that's why you're not able to use the complete square method.
Okay, sir.
Correct?
Yeah, and the third one, sir.
And the third one, you just have to calculate like, okay, solve by completing, so that is fine, but you can calculate it, right? Using any method.
So can you solve it by completing the square method,
Okay.
sir, please?
Okay, when you are able to so how will you make it minus x square minus 8x plus 13? How will you make it as 16? So what's the nearest perfect square?
16.
Sorry, sir, can you repeat? Sorry,
What is the nearest perfect square to this positive number?
16, sir, 16.
16. Can you make it 16 by adding 3?
Yeah, sir.
So add it 3 here and then add it in the right hand side also. And then you'll be left with some square here. So x minus 4 whole square, I guess, you'll be getting,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Correct? And x minus 4 whole square equals to 3. So you'll be left with what? So x minus 4 whole square. So plus 4 plus minus under root of 3. This is what your answer is. C. Should I write it? C. What is that? Hey, what is this? Okay. What was that question? X square minus, what is that question? Can you tell me? Y equals to?
Yes, sir. X square minus 8x plus 13.
Plus 13. So so to make it perfect square, you are adding 3 here and then you are adding 3 here also. Okay, so this was your equation. So you are making x square minus 8x plus 16 equals to 3. This is what you make. And
Yeah,
then
sir.
x minus 4. So this become a perfect square of 4 and then equals to 3. Correct? So x
X is
minus
equal
4
to
equals to what? Plus minus root 3.
Yeah, yeah,
X
sir. Got
equals to what? 4 plus minus root 3.
root 3.
So the equation are what? Root 3 and then 4 minus root 3.
Hmm.
Done?
Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Let's move to the other question. So, is this done? Shall we move to the next question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh. So 3.8 is done, and then I don't think so there is any question more. 3.4. Okay.
Sir, so
Yeah.
in the last question, sir, I got the answer, but like I have to solve it like fully, so like putting the values and taking the square. The last question, d is equal to d. Like I have to find
Okay. The
the
last, which is the following gives a distinct real root. Okay. So you
yeah.
can solve
So
now for equation. Just see that where you are getting a distinct.
We
matlab
can
yeah.
different.
So the
also
is
find
there
by
any
finding the value of d.
yes, sir.
If
So I
d
have to
is
put it in that
greater than
formula.
0.
Yes, sir. So I have to put that value b square minus 4ac. So like I was like 42 ka square and all these things. So I have to do that long method. Is there any like short method, sir? Or I have to
No.
apply that one
No.
only?
There is no other short method. The other method is only to solve this equation. If you are able to see it and solve with the help of like so this there is no shortcut for this. Like you have to
Okay, sir.
calculate the roots only, or maybe the discriminant and then see. So
Okay,
there is
sir.
no other method. So see, for the fourth and the third and fourth you can calculate, but for the other you have to use that formula.
Yeah, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the answer.
Discriminant
Yes, sir.
formula is a better one.
Because
Easier.
there you can. So there is a chance that you will not be doing mistake here. So that's the one thing.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
We don't get your calculator, do we? In the exam?
Yes, you will get it.
Oh,
Yes.
cool. Thank you.
Can you solve the first one in 3.9?
Okay. 3.9. Which
Yeah.
question?
First question.
Okay. So the two quadratic equation has equal. So you have to solve this equation. Okay. Then 9x square. What is that? 9x square
Plus 6x minus 1.
minus 1.
So if I calculate b square minus 4c, it is
Yeah,
positive.
this is
Okay.
minus 6 plus minus. This is 36 minus, I guess, 36 by 2, right? So you're getting how many, like, I guess a is what, 9 here. So you're
Both
getting,
roots are equal.
yeah, so you're getting, this is 0, right? So both the root are
Yeah.
equal, right? So the root is what? Minus 1 upon 3. Minus 1 upon 3. This is what your root is. So you have a repeated root at minus 1 by 3. So you don't have distinct root or what was equal root. So it has equal root, right? Minus 1 by 3 minus 1. Is it clear now?
No, when the determinant is positive, right? It will have two distinct roots, right?
What?
When the determinant is positive, we will
Yeah.
have two distinct roots, correct?
Yeah,
So-
Yes.
0.
I
When
didn't
d is
understand what
greater
you
than
said.
0, then two distinct roots, and if the d is less than 0, then no roots, and d is equal to 0, then equal roots.
No. Once again, can you repeat that? What we were asking?
No, what I'm asking is this b minus 4ac, the determinant is there, no? Deterministic. If that
minus
is
b plus
positive,
minus b square
uh,
minus
b
4ac.
square
This is
minus
this.
4ac is there, no? If this is positive, then it has
Then
two real roots, right?
it will be having two real root. Okay.
Correct. So do I, for this particular example, no, do I need to go with minus this formula, or I'll just find b square minus
No,
4ac?
if this is 0, then only you can say that both root are same. If d is positive, then you can say that both root are not same. Like both, you'll be getting two different root. But here it is asking what? Here it is asking this equation doesn't have to, like you have calculated, right? You are getting d as 0, correct?
Okay.
If you are getting d as 0, that means what? You'll be having only, you'll be getting only one root that is repeated. Like will be, because it's a quality equation, so you'll be having repeated root at the same point.
Okay. Okay. Understood.
Got it, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Any other question from the activity? Anything else? From the activity, anybody has any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Any doubt from any of the?
Sir,
Move to the practice
sir, I
question.
have
Yeah. Go ahead.
sir, I have pasted 2 questions in the chat box. Could you please solve this?
Okay. Can we move to the practice question? I'll take that question. Anybody has any doubt in that?
In practice 1,
Okay. Okay, so practice assignment 1. 1 second. Yeah.
So why
Yeah, tell
the
me which
practice
question?
questions are too hard?
What?
So why the practice questions are too hard compared with graded?
Compared to graded. Okay.
I don't know about grade, but the practice questions are terribly hard, sir.
yeah,
Yeah.
sir, yeah, definitely, sir. They are very hard.
You won't be getting this type of
solved
problem just for the practice, so that if you are practicing a
some
difficult
question
question
today.
earlier in
No,
the
the
exam.
problem
fill-
what we are
मैंने
facing
तो
is,
fill किया हुआ.
for example, if you see in the practice, no, there are questions with respect to eventually we have to convert into some quadratic equation, correct?
Yes. Yes.
So, for example, that boat question is there, which is going at a
There
speed
are
of
also physics
okay.
question. Then convert into quadratic.
Then
solve.
you have angle questions with the tan theta
yes.
and all, okay.
Uh,
And there are some questions where the curve is made into a reflection, okay. And for example, I had a very difficult time in understanding the cardinality. Okay, you have a quadratic equation, you take a reflex of it.
A intersection B करके होगा कुछ.
हाँ, A intersection B ये कैसे find out करें? A intersection B.
वही उसमें ग्राफ आर दिया.
Okay, we'll go ahead with one by one. We'll
And
go
sir,
ahead.
second one also, sir.
Okay, so we'll start with the first questions. Okay, we'll see that how many questions. So I'm also like sick. Okay, we'll start with the first question. So first question is not that difficult. I guess first is simple, right?
Yeah,
So you
sir.
just have to, what will the equation of the tangent to the curve and the point. So you just have to calculate the slope, right? Okay, so the first question, do I need to solve anything? So it's
No,
like
sir. No.
just do the differentiation, put the value of this x.
Differentiation.
Oh, okay, sorry. You just use the formula, whatever you know. So what's the formula that you know to calculate? So if you have an equation something like this, what is the equation? Y equals to? Can somebody tell me the equation?
Equation of the line or?
You have
2x
to
squared
no,
plus 9x
Plus 20.
2x square plus
Plus
9x.
plus 20.
Plus 20. Yeah.
Okay.
At the
So
point
tan-
minus 311.
Yeah, so tangent you have to know, right? So basically you have to calculate the straight line equation, right?
Yes.
So for the straight line, what do you need? Mx plus c. Okay, 1 second, I just. Yeah. So for the tangent, you have to calculate the tangent basically straight line, right? At some point.
Yes.
So you need what? M and c. So how will you calculate M? So what is the formula that you use basically to calculate the slope at some point?
For
Y2 minus Y1 upon
change in
2x
y.
plus b use,
Yeah.
right? For an equation. So this is what I was saying. You can differentiate it to get the equation 4x plus 9. Or you can
4x
use this
plus 9.
formula. So any formula is fine. If somebody knows this differentiation, well and good. If somebody doesn't know, then also well and good. You'll be taught something after.
Sir, yeah, why we have not used like the straight one formula, sir? Can you explain Y2 minus Y1, X2 minus X1, sir?
No, this 2ax plus b is the slope for the quadratic equation,
Because
right?
we have no any 2 points.
No, there is no 2 point. Now, how can you use y2 minus y1 here? So you basically you have to know the slope at some point. M is what? Slope of an equation, right? At some point. And you can use for this quadratic equation, what is the formula that you basically
find the
use to
slope,
calculate the slope?
then
2x
we
plus
use
b,
this
right?
formula.
Your M is 2x plus b. And at what point you have to calculate? There were some point been given, right? What was the point given?
Yes, sir, some
Minus
311.
311.
Minus
Minus
3,
311
unit.
unit. So you can put the value of x here to get the value of M, right? So what is the value? So here, what is
Yeah,
the
so I
value
can
of
solve.
slope you are getting? 4 into minus 3, right? Minus 3 plus 9. So this is your slope M value, correct?
Yeah, sir.
To calculate this M, what is the value you are getting?
Minus
So
3.
I can calculate, sir. I can calculate.
Minus 3. Okay. So your equation got changed into minus 3x plus c. And you already know that if you have a parabola, like any equation, and at this point you have to calculate the tangent. So this point is what? This point is what? Minus 3 by 11, I guess. This is what you said.
Yes.
And
Yep.
this line also, this straight line or whatever will pass through this point also. Correct?
Mhm.
Correct or not?
Yes.
This point, this straight line will pass through this point or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes,
at this
sir.
point
Tangent to
only
the
you are
curve.
asking, you have been asked to calculate the tangent, so that will pass through this point, right? You can just
Right.
put this point here. So you'll get the value of c. So you can put it here, 11 equals to minus 3x plus c. You'll get the value of c.
You can also use point slope form.
Point slope form, how will you? Okay, so you have 1 point. What is the other point you have?
So y minus y1 m पता ही है. Y minus y1 mx minus y.
Exactly. I mean,
Yes,
we
sir.
have a point. We have a straight line. Okay.
Exactly.
With the at
Okay,
the point
that
minus
that
311,
also you can.
then we will
Basically,
use
if you
y
have a
minus y1.
slope, yeah, if you have a slope and then 1 point, then you can calculate it. Any method you can use it. I was just saying because we have started with this form mx plus c. Okay, after if you have calculated m, you can calculate c also, right? You can, if you have calculated m, then you can directly get the equation by like the slope and then passing through minus 3 comma 11. So this is what I have also used. This passing through minus 3 comma 11. So you can get the value of c. Okay.
It means C will be 11, right?
No. Y is 11. C though you have to calculate, right?
Okay.
C is
So, sir,
what was C there?
Y-intercept.
Y-intercept, right? So where X is 0. So how can you put it 11 here? There to X is -3, right? So you can't
Yes,
put it
sir.
C as 11. Got it? Is there any problem in this first question? Is there any? Should I repeat it?
No, sir. Some move.
No, sir. Yeah, right. Okay, let's move to the second problem. Second, do I need to discuss second one?
Question.
Okay, what is the length of the line segment on the straight line? Y equals to 2 bounded by the curve y equals to 4x square.
No, sir. No, sir. Just we multiply both equations together and get the answer.
Anybody has any problem in this? Anybody has tried to solve the practice assignment or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I'm
we
also
tried.
trying.
Okay, tried. Okay, so do I need to
Sir,
discuss this
can you
second one?
See full question.
What?
Sir, can you scroll it?
It is a full question
Scroll.
one, right? Second one.
No. Third
Can-
question.
Can we draw this diagram, sir?
Okay, let's draw this diagram. Second one, let's discuss this. Okay, so y equals to
Y equal to
4x square.
4x square.
For any equation ax square plus bx plus c, if a is positive, how does it go?
Upward.
Up.
Upward.
It will open up.
It will be something like this because it passes through 0, 0, right?
Yeah.
And I guess 0, 0 itself is the vertices. So it will go something like this. Okay.
Yes,
And
sir.
then you have what? You have to calculate what? Find the length of the line segment.
Yes, sir.
Find the length of the line
So
segment.
there is a line at y equal to 2 on this.
Then you have, so y equals to 2. What is the equation? Y equals to 2. I told you if you have a equation y equals to 2, that should be parallel to what?
Yes, that's the x-axis.
That should be parallel to x-axis, correct? So you have y equals to 2.
Yes.
So this is y equals to 2. So the y will be 2 everywhere. Only x is variable, y is constant for this straight line. Okay.
Right.
So at this point also you'll be getting what? You'll be getting y as 2. So you'll be, and
0,
from here you can calculate x. Correct? I guess it will be 1 upon root 2. Here also it will be -1 by root 2, comma 2 at this
1 by
point.
2. Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So you can calculate the length, right?
Yes, sir. So
Y2 minus y1 whole square, right? With that formula.
Yeah, distance formula, sir.
Yes. D equal to under root of y2 minus y1 whole square plus x2 minus x1 whole square.
Correct.
Yes. And in under root.
Can we move to the next question now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Third question.
Okay, so third question, you just read it nice. Like first you should be reading and then only have the discussion. So there is a Mr. Mehta has 2 sons. Okay, both sons send money to their father each month separately. M1 and M2 has been given. Okay, so M1 is the money that has been sent by the first son, and the M2
Sir,
is the
that M1 and M2 I solved it. I got an equation.
Okay,
I
so
think
let me read
Then
first.
add the
First, let
both
me understand this
equation.
question, then only I'll be able to tell you anything. So if
Sir-
X is, it denotes the month. Okay, so X denotes the
Sir,
month
after-
basically.
Sir, after
Yeah.
solving the M1 and M2, then add both the equation, then how to fill the equation on the graph.
1 second. First, let me read this, then only I'll be able to say anything. Okay, so you have like Mehta has 2 sons, and both sons sends money to their father each month. And M1 is the first one, and the M2 is the second. So whatever he has sent, the X is the month that is denoted. And then choose the curve which best represent the total amount received by Mr. Mehta each month. Okay. Okay, so tell me what was the value of M1?
X minus 2 whole square.
Sir, x minus 2 ka whole square.
X minus 2 का whole square. What is
M2?
M2?
x plus 2 whole
X
square.
plus 2 whole square.
X plus 2 whole square. So now, what is the value of P that Mr. Mehta is getting? You can just do it. M1 plus
M2.
M2.
M2. X minus 2 का whole square plus X plus 2 का whole square.
X plus 2 whole square.
So what is the value you'll be getting?
Sir, 2x square plus 8.
2x square plus 8.
2x square plus 8. So what should be the plot?
Sir,
No. We'll get
I
x
think
square
we
plus
have
8.
to do
X square plus 8 we'll get.
No,
No.
2x
You'll be
square
getting
plus
x square
You'll
plum
get
here.
2x
You'll be getting
square.
x square plum here.
Yes,
Why
yes.
x square? 2x square only.
Yeah. So this is px square. Px.
Yes. Sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So
Yes,
here
sir.
y x coordinate is 0.
How will you draw this plot?
Sir, we can find the coordinate.
It
Sir,
will
we
be
can
always
simply find the
positive.
y
It
Yeah,
will
intercept.
be
or we
always
can substitute
positive.
the x value
What should
and
be the
we can check.
value? What should be the vertices for this equation?
Sir, 0,
Zero.
comma,
Yeah,
0,
0, 1 we
0,
can do.
comma 10.
What? 0,
0,
comma
8.
8.
0, comma 8.
We can use the hit and trial method, putting the
1,
value
comma
of x,
10,
Not 0, comma 8.
etc. etc.
Okay. If you have been given this type plot, first tell me how will it go?
Upward.
Upward.
Upwards.
X-axis is
Sir,
0.
upward.
Sir, upward.
The first four curve is given. Okay. The second is incorrect, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Third also correct.
Third
Fourth
also
is,
incorrect, sir.
fourth is
Option
correct.
third or fourth.
Fourth.
Okay.
Sir,
Fourth is
fourth.
correct.
Fourth.
The first can also be correct, no, sir.
No,
How
no,
can
no.
first be correct?
Sir, upward parabola with vertex at 0.0, comma 8.
But we don't have y coordinate in
And
the
D is correct.
parabola. It's wrong.
See, if you have a b for our equation, b is
B
0.
zero
right?
here. B
So
zero
b
means
is
it's
0,
on
that
the
means what?
y-axis.
Sir, b is 8. X is 0. Y is 8 and x is 0.
Hey, how will you write? See, in the vertices, what is your b?
0, sir.
0.
Here it is 0,
Zero.
right? So
Yeah,
if you
sir.
have b is 0, that means what? Y-axis will be what?
0.
8.
Y-axis will be your symmetry, axis of symmetry, right?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Correct? So from that method, which of the option you can eliminate?
First we can eliminate.
First you can
First.
eliminate. Second you are eliminating.
Second.
Why?
Yes,
Because
yes, sir.
0, 0 can't be the
0 cannot have
can't be the vertices.
vertices.
Now you're
Sir,
left
we
with what?
eliminate third
The
also.
third
Because we
option,
don't
how?
have because we don't have any
Now you're left with.
vertices.
So did you
Coordinate.
clear? Everybody is clear with the first and second, because first is not correct because your axis of symmetry is what? Your y-axis. Okay. Why second is incorrect? Because you already know that 0, like this passing through 0, 0 can't pass through 0, 0. You already know that our equation is what? Our equation is something like this. So it can't pass through 0, 0. Correct?
Yes.
If you're putting the value of x as 0, are you getting y as 0?
No. We are getting 8.
You're not getting 8, right? So this is also incorrect. So now you're left with what? Now think of this. Where is that? Like two options got eliminated. Now
Yes.
think of these two options. Now think of these two options.
The third option can be true, no, sir, because
Yeah, so
the coordinate of y may be 8.
Yes, sir.
there's a slight
The
possibility.
first
sir.
is starting from 20. And
So
graph
if
is
I take that,
starting
it
from
is half,
below
a little
20.
below half. Yeah.
Create is there, Pandit.
Then also it can be 8.
Yeah. But can we do this way? If I take some value,
But D
2 or
option is
3,
perfect.
if I take some value and substitute in the equation, if I get that point, right, the curve should pass through that point.
Like, see, third and fourth both can be correct, but the thing is, third you can eliminate. Why do you know? Because if you'll see minutely, okay.
So if we substitute value of 1, it's not coming correct.
Correct. If you will substitute the value of 1, you'll be getting something else. So if you are putting
Fourth
here
equation, if we substitute, we'll get it correctly.
correctly. So like simplicity, you can just put it 3 here. Okay. If you are putting 3 in the equation, what is the value you are getting? If you are putting 3 here,
9,
you'll be
20.
getting 2
18.
into
26.
26.
plus 8. So from here you are getting what? From the equation. So you are getting something more than 40, right? I guess this is not correct. Right?
Okay.
Or if you are putting 4 here, you are getting something like 60 here. But if we'll put it here, 4 here, 4 ka square into 2 plus 8. So you're getting here how much?
40.
40 you're getting. So but here from the equation, you can see that it is around 60, right?
Yes.
That's why third is incorrect. So it's like hit and trial. Like the first thing that you should be checking is like the axis of symmetry. Okay, from there itself, like 2 options getting eliminated. Now you're left with 2 options. So some minutely, if you'll check it, you'll be able to. And this type of problem is like, if you'll check it, you'll be getting in the PYQ also. So this type of problem can come in the exam. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's move to the fourth
So
question.
go ahead. Yes.
So now a civil engineer found that the durability D of the road C is laying depends on 2 functions y1 and y2 as follows. Okay. Now function y1 and y2 depends on the nature of the plastics X mixed in the BT. Okay, this is some iron material, and then I have a variation shown in. Okay, so the 2 equation has been given. Function y1 and y2 has been given. Find the value of y1 such that the durability of the road is maximum. Okay. So now if you'll get the equation, what is the equation of y1 and y2? Tell me the equation of y1 and y2.
Previous week concept.
Okay, so what is the equation of y1 and y2? What is the equation of y1? As first, durability. What is the durability? Durability.
Y1 is equal to minus x plus 6 and y2 is
A
x plus
y1 into y2. Okay, and that you have to maximize. Correct. This has been given in the question. What is the equation of y1 here?
minus x plus 6.
So 6 minus x. This is what you told? Minus
No,
x.
no. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And y2 is equal to x plus 1.
X plus 1. Okay. If you will multiply it over to D is equals to what? A multiply with x plus 1 into 6 minus x. What is the value you'll be getting?
Coefficient minus, no, sir.
A is also been given as positive. If A is positive, I guess this curve will be, you are getting minus here. So this curve will be something like this. It will go downward, right? Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So how can you calculate the vertices now? Can you calculate the vertices for this equation?
The equation is minus a square plus 5ax plus 6.
Minus a
square plus 5ax
x square
plus
plus
5ax
5x
plus 6a.
6a. Okay. So if you are getting 2a x plus 5a equals to 0. This is what you are getting. So x you are getting something like minus 5 by minus 2. So basically you are getting 5 by 2.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So this is the value you are getting 5 by 2. If you are putting the value here, what is the value of y you are getting?
7 by 2.
7 by 2 you are getting.
Yeah.
So 7 by 2 should be your answer, right?
Now here, why we are multiplying these two equations?
Because it's already given, right? Durability of formula it's given as A into Y1 into Y2. And that you have to maximize, right?
Sir, can you tell that once again?
So D equal to A Y1 into Y2. This is a relation that is being defined on these two equations.
So that has been given already. That is some durability of the road. Okay. And then you have some equation Y1 and Y2 that depends. So basically you have Y1, Y2 that depends on some plastic mixture. Okay. The amount of plastic that is mixed in bitumen.
So sir, whenever any problem is given, and if there is a line or a curve, if there is a curve and a line given, we will know at which point we have to take that the slope and so on. But if we have some two curves and some relation has been given, we have to find a quadratic equation, right? Eventually.
Correct. See, most of the time, if you are getting this type of problem, that means should be there in your mind that you should be getting some form of quadratic equation, because somehow they have made, see, this equation also they have just made it such a way that in the end you'll be getting a quadratic equation and then you have to maximize. Basically, you have to get the vertices. So in the end, many a times if you're not able to understand anything, now if you're just able to get the quadratic equation, just calculate the maximum minimum. Like this is what most of the questions will be there. Okay.
Sir, here if you see the x-axis amount of plastic, right? Okay. So the amount of plastic, if there is any question coming on this, for example, we find the quadratic equation and they ask a question depending upon the amount of plastic as some number or whatever. Can you find what is the durability? That is also possible, right? That is also possible, right?
How is that possible?
Because this x has some relation, right, sir? With this
yeah. Correct. So from there you can calculate. So basically, if you have been given anything, like for this equation itself, like you have been already given a durability or anything has been given, a relation has been given that was basically dependent on y1 and y2, and y1 and y2 was also dependent on some different variable x or t or anything else. Okay, so whatever the relation has been given, so you can calculate anything from there. Okay, like for this example, the amount of plastic was given and that was dependent. So y1 and y2 was dependent on amount of plastic. Okay, and the durability was dependent on y1 and y2. Y2, y1 was basically some relation that depends on basically the plastic. And in the end, the durability was there in the form of quadratic equation. So that was also dependent on the amount of plastic, but in the form of quadratic, not linear.
Correct. So tomorrow, on the same question, if they give the value or the amount of plastic X, okay, can you find the durability? This means that you have to take the value of X, substitute in the quadratic equation, you get the
that's it.
durability.
Yeah,
right?
correct. Yeah, correct.
So, but by looking the graph, it is looking like a straight line one, no, sir. Like when we calculate it, it is quadratic. I got that point. But like by looking the
You
graph.
are getting it correct. So if you are multiplying two linear equations, you'll be getting quadratic.
Okay. Yeah, the intersection one.
Even though you are solving, when you solve the quadratic equation, you basically get two quadratic equation, right? So two is linear equation, right? Whenever you solve also, like for example, if you're solving x minus 2 and so x equals to 2 is a one equation. So that is basically linear. It's constant only, but it's like if you represent will be in the form of some linear. If you're multiplying two linear equations, also you'll be getting a quadratic equation. So this is what has been given. So y1 and y2 is the form of some linear equation. If you're multiplying, you'll be getting a quadratic equation.
Yes, sir, got it, sir. Thank you.
Got it right.
Can I go to fifth one? That's a I think it's very tough.
Okay.
No, it's simple, sir. This question is simple.
Okay. What is the question? Let A be the set of all the points in the curve. Represent. Okay, so let A be the curve value of all the points on the curve defined by a function some x square minus x minus 42, and B be the set of all the points on the curve f2 defined by, what is the equation of f2?
it says it's a
Defined the
reflection of
the
F1.
curve.
Oh, defined by the reflection. Okay, correct.
Yes.
Okay, deflection of the F2 with respect to x-axis. Okay, fine. And then you have, if C is the set of all points on the axis, then choose the point of us regarding the cardinality on the set D, where D is this one. Okay,
Sir,
let's start
before that, can you, on a quadratic equation, no? Can you tell us what will be the set of all the points in general? For example, if I
What-
draw a quadratic equation where A is greater than 0, okay, upward facing.
So it will take
So-
all the values, even though it's like all the, what do you call that? All the real values it will be taking. So if
So
x is
the
greater than
real
a,
values on the quadratic equation, the line itself or the region covered by the line?
so okay.
Can you
Let's,
draw?
for
Can you
example,
draw that?
if you are
Let's
representing
take,
something like this,
Yeah. So now you take one.
x is greater than 0.
A
so
is
the-
greater than 0, where it is upward facing. Okay. The quadratic
So for
equation is upward. Okay. So you can draw the quadratic equation, general quadratic equation. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say this is f of x. Now, what are the points that are within this quadratic equation? Does it mean that all the points on this line or the region covered by this line?
Okay. Are you mean that fx greater than 0? That mean all the point on the curve only, or all the point inside this curve?
Yes.
It will be all the point inside this curve. And if this is like this, fx function is greater than equals to 0, then it will be like taking all the values also. So this will be
So
this area.
any points within which is covered by this area comes under
Correct.
this
Can you repeat
particular
this
function.
concept, sir? Can you repeat this concept, sir?
It's not a concept, it's just the simple, like if you have any, like for example, parabola, leave it parabola. If you have a circle, x square plus y square equals to 1. So if x square plus y square minus 1 less than equals to 0 means all the point inside this circle. Even it will be taking all the points on the circle. So it will be basically all the point inside the circle. Not inside, even on the border also. And if this was something like this, x square minus y square minus 1 less than 0 only, then it will not be including the border line, but all the points inside the circle.
Why is that? Less than 0? Why it is not included?
Because it will not satisfy now. Because see, if you have a circle something like this, x square minus plus y square minus 1 less than 0, then whether 1 is satisfying or not, this condition 1 is not satisfying, right?
Yes.
It will be 0.
So that means the border point will not be included. And if this was equals to 0, then 1 will satisfy. That means the border point is also included. Border point mean all the point on this circle.
Okay.
Is this clear?
Yes.
Yeah, sir. So please. No.
Yeah. Now we can come to the question.
Yeah. The fourth question, or the fifth one, I guess.
Fifth one, sir.
So here for the function f1x, tell me the function.
X square minus x minus 42.
X square minus x minus 42. And here this is going upward, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the vertices for this?
Minus 3 upon 2a. Minus 1 upon 2.
1 upon 2. So basically this is your symmetry, right? Axis of symmetry,
Yes,
x
sir.
equals to
Minus 1 upon 2.
So this is your plot, and this is your x equals to 1 by 2. If you are putting x equals to 0, what are the value you are getting?
Minus 42.
It will pass through what?
Y-intercept.
Okay, I did a mistake. So this
No,
plot
the
will not
curve
be
will come down actually.
Yeah, this curve will come down. So I didn't see
in
that.
the minus region,
Yeah, so it will come like this.
minus 42.
So it will be something like this. So if you are having this as a x coordinate, this as a y coordinate, so it will be something like this. Okay, it will go like this. Correct? And this will be your 0, comma minus 42. This will be your x
Sir,
equals
yes,
to.
sir, it's correct.
And the other curve, F2 will be something like this.
42. Yes.
Reflection.
Okay, because that is the
0,
reflection of that point. So this
Mhm.
straight line will be what? X equals to half only.
Half,
So this is your F1, this is your F2.
yes, sir.
Now, what has been asked? What is the question now?
The question is, can you find the
So
cardinality?
F1 is all the point, or was that F1 A with the set of all the points on the curve F1 and B with the set of all the points on the curve F2. Correct?
Yes. So
With
can you
respect to X.
identify now what are the points on A and B?
So if set is S, C is the set of all the points on the axis. Okay, then and C is the set of all the points on the axis. Okay, let's see that. So F1, so all the point, so you can see that, right? On the, it's saying that if A is a set of all the point on the curve only. It's not saying anything else. First point. So all the
Inside the curve.
point on the curve.
Okay.
Not inside, it's where it is saying inside or outside. Just saying
Okay,
A
sir,
is
okay.
a set
On
of
the
all
curve.
the point on the curve defined by the function F1. And F2 is what? B with a set of all the point on F2 only. So B is this one, all the point.
Okay.
And C is said to be all the point on the axis. Okay, so C is something else. So now D you have to calculate. D is what? Can you tell me what is D here?
A intersection B union A intersection C.
A intersection B
Union
Then
A,
you have
A
intersection
intersection C.
union B intersection C.
B intersection C. Okay. So what is A intersection B? Which are
So
the points?
0, 0. No. There can be, sir, that the intersection of the 2 points, sir. The two.
It should be all points, right, sir?
So this no.
No,
What did
it's
I say?
intersection of both common.
I said A is all the point on F1.
Okay.
But all this point only, not inside outside. It's just that if that was said that lying inside or outside, something like that, then A was all the point like inside this curve. But here it says saying A is all the point lying on F1, lying on that quadratic equation. Okay. So this is all the point on. So these are the point. Let's, for example, this is some P1, point 1, this is some P2, this is some P3. Okay, and then similarly, this is P4, P5, something, and then this is P6. Okay, it goes like this. So all this P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, infinite number of points is lying on this. But here P3 is this point and P6 is this point. Similarly, for B, let's, for example, this is some
P3 and P6 are common to both A and B, right?
Correct. So A intersection B will be P3 and P6.
Okay.
Only these 2 points are lying, right?
Yes.
Where this is common, both are common. So here it will be having P3 and P6, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now what is that? So this is basically union. A intersection C. Where you are getting A intersection. So where you are having A and C both happening.
P4.
C is what, sir?
The
C is
points on
all
the
the point on
horizontal
the axis.
On the axis. Okay.
So all
So
this
here we
is
have to
C,
consider
right?
axis. So here we have to consider C, the axis of symmetry, or the horizontal one also, sir, points.
Which axis of symmetry?
So
It is
here the
X
like the
axis
point
and Y axis.
Both, no? Like the points
Yes,
on
yes.
both the axes, no?
Yes.
Both
X
axis
and Y.
means x-axis and y-axis,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I thought only
not
axis
axis
of
of
symmetry.
symmetry.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
sir.
no. X is like written clearly, right?
Yes, sir.
C
Got
is
it, sir. Got
set
it.
of all the point on the axis. Okay,
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Yeah.
not saying axis of symmetry. It's fine.
Yeah,
So
yeah, sir.
you can get confused. So axis means this x-axis and y-axis. So all this point here on this line and on this line is C. So can you tell me at
Yeah,
which
P3.
point, let's for example, is this is P4, at which point A and C is meeting? Where this is common?
P4.
This point only, right?
Yes.
Correct. So you were having 2 points from here and 1 point here.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Yes. And B intersection
Didn't
C.
get you, sir.
No,
B
C,
intersection C is also 1 point only, no, sir.
See, C was all over this point and this point. So these two are also common, right? But
Yes,
these
sir.
two we have already included, correct? So here, let's for example, here it was P3 and let's this be P6.
Okay.
And now union AC is what? P3 is also coming, right? Because
Yes,
this is
sir.
also lying on C, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No,
So
but
this
it's
is
lying on x-axis. It's not on.
No. So see this problem, if you'll read it carefully, C is the set of all the point on the axis.
Oh, okay. Both
So
the
it can
axis.
be x-axis or y-axis. Both
Yes,
are
sir.
included. Correct. So this is P3. P6 is also included.
Then 3
And
points.
P4.
3 points.
And
basically.
this also P4 also. Let this be P4. So this P4 is also.
P3, P2, P3, P4.
No, P2 is here, right? P2 is here.
Yes,
It's
sir.
like it's left
So
just
then
lying on it.
A intersection with C.
What? Yeah, A intersection C. This is P3. This is P6, and this is where is
P4.
this? This is P4. Okay.
Hmm.
So P3, P6, P4 is included. Now B intersection C. Where is B intersection C? So B is here.
P3, P6, and P5. Let's
Correct.
say.
And C is where? So C is so this P3,
P3, P6, and one more.
P6 is already there.
P5.
Yeah. This point you
P5.
can take it like P7. So
P7.
P7. Correct?
Yes.
Any
Yes,
doubt?
sir. No, sir.
Okay. Now let's count it. How many different points you are getting? P3,
P3, P6, P4,
P6. So P3, P6 count. P4.
P4,
From here,
and P7.
always, and then P7.
4
So
points.
only
Yes,
4
sir.
points. I don't think so. 6 is the answer. I guess 4 is the answer.
Yes,
is
so
not-
4 is the answer.
So
No,
if they
sir.
had asked
4 is the
only,
answer.
sir, if they have asked only on x-axis or on y-axis, then the situation could have been different, right?
Yeah, then
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
let's for example, I'm just saying that C is all the point on the x-axis only.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
then P3 and P6 was counted,
Yeah,
but not
P7
this
and
one. P4 and P4, P7 would not have been counted. Now you're left with, I guess, 2.1. Okay,
Yes,
is
sir.
this
Got
clear
it,
to
sir.
everyone?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. Let's move to the other question. What is the? I don't think so. This type of problem is going to come in your exam, but okay. So, but everybody should practice. Like there will be a difficult question, but not that difficult. It will be much simpler than this type of problem. So yeah, one more thing I'm just telling you, but be ready for those type of problem where you'll be given the questions. The questions will be pretty simple, but the pair, like if you'll read it, it will be too bulky to read it. Like it will be in the some 6-7 lines, 5-6 lines, and you'll be just give it up. Like, okay, I'm not going to solve this. Don't do that. Just if you are able to read it completely, you'll be able to solve it. You'll be that.
Sir, I want to ask something, sir. So, like for the last moment preparation, sir, I should follow the practice assignment questions or the previous year ones, sir, because some are saying like the practice ones are.
Previous, I'm telling you from the starting, first week itself. Just solve the PYQ as many times as you can. Most of the
Yes, sir,
questions
because
you'll
some
be
are
able to
saying to
solve.
like the PA will be similar to the graded one, and so I'm like PA are
If you
tough,
have
sir.
time, you can solve the graded one also, but solve the PYQ. Like you can just take it all the bundle paper and just solve it all in. And I don't think so there will be you'll be able to not solve any problem in the exam. So you'll be able to solve Most of the
Sir,
problem.
80% easy questions are mathematics and 20%
There's
medium.
no the fixed formula, but okay, yeah, you can think of like that 70:30. Or
Sir, in this week we are working on this quadratic equation. Next week will be polynomials. Means
correct. Next week will
so-
be your last
so
week.
if you look at that, we had the sets and relations. There itself, we have not completely practiced more. Only this PYQ or the practice assignments we have done.
Yeah, so if you are able
So,
to solve practice
In all these
how
4
to get
weeks, no, the
PYQ
time we
questions?
don't have for practice. So is it possible that if we can concentrate only on week 3 or week 4 or week 2 or week 2 contents, we will get sufficient question to pass?
What?
No,
Sir-
if I focus on the sets and relations or on quadratic equations, okay. But I will leave polynomials.
A polynomial is pretty simple. It's like too simple.
Most question week 1 and week 2. Sorry, week
Polynomial
4.
is too simple, but quadratic
No,
is
sir.
little hard.
No, from each week
35%
you'll be getting the
week
same
first.
number of questions. Okay, don't get like all the
Maximum question polynomial have graph question.
no most of the like you'll be getting the questions like each week will be having 25% of the weightage. Okay, so none of the week will be having a higher weightage or lower weightage. Okay, each
But
of the
sir,
week will be
previous
having a
exam, previous question paper according to week 1 and week 4 higher percentage and week 2, week 3 lower.
maybe once or twice it would have happened, but most of the time you should be thinking like that. Okay, each of the week will be having. So I didn't went through the paper of this term, but before the revision session, I'll be going through that, and then only we'll be having the revision session. So in that revision session, I'll be in the better position to tell you what's the weightage of each week. But as of now, whatever I know is like 20%, 25% from each week. But before the revision session, I'll be in the better position to tell you. So the weightage of each weeks. Mostly it will be 25%, but okay, yeah, 1 and 2% here and there will be fine, but mostly it will be like 25% each week.
Sir, one more problem we are facing. Whenever we see the question now, sir, for example, which is given in a form where a boat is traveling or this calculation of
Those type of
money.
problem will face issue, but after practicing some 5-6 problem, I don't think so there will be much issue. Like
Is it
if
okay?
you see the PYQ now, you'll be seeing that similar type of problem is coming. Like only the some context has been changed, but the concept always is getting repeated again and again.
No, sir, this difficulty we are facing in the first time. For example, let's say
Yeah,
one
because the
problem
quadratic
is there.
equation only will be so from the quadratic equation for sure you are getting a questions.
See, once
At
we
least
get the
one
quadratic
question you are
equation,
getting like this. Okay, so be prepared for that.
Correct. So once we get the quadratic equation from the sentence, no, sir, we'll be able to solve. But forming that quadratic equation is difficult because the question that is given, no, somebody is traveling
This is what
in a
I
speed boat
told
and
you.
all. Okay.
Yeah, sir. That's
Because you
Are you?
what I'm telling you now itself, be prepared for that. You are getting for sure the question like that in the exam. You can see that every PYQ will be having some 1-2 questions. Okay, like that. You will not be given a quadratic equation directly. You have to generate that quadratic equation somehow by reading that like the whatever has been given from the information. You have to come out with a
In
quadratic equation.
qualified exam of mathematics, you have to first read the question and break the question into part. Then you able to
So
solve
this
any
is
types
what
of question
from
in
the
the college.
polynomial everywhere you'll be getting a direct polynomial equation and then you'll be but for the quadratic you will be given some questions where you have to get the quadratic equation first and then only solve. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say if you are not like, sir, I am facing difficulty in let's say in practice assignments, but can solve like, so I should focus on graded assignments like previous year, no, sir? Like at the last moment, sir.
Yeah, I told you, PYQ, just solve those problems. Those will give you a direct idea which type of problem is coming for the last 2-3 terms.
Okay,
See,
sir.
it's not going to change to like because most of the people are same as creating the questions and then if you are getting the idea about from the PA, so that's the best thing that will be helping you. Okay, so because the people who are setting the questions are same. Okay, so
Exactly.
they'll be
I think they will just change the number or something that way.
not number, but they'll change the context, everything. Concept will repeat. They won't change the number.
In some cases, I have seen
that
they have
easy.
changed the number.
Yeah, maybe the 1-2 question you can get it directly, but I don't think so. Like
Sir,
more than
are
some.
you making the questions of qualifier?
I don't like not for this course, for the other courses. Yeah. For this course
Sir,
also,
can you
I've
make more
created.
practice
to improve
questions?
on this, the only way is to practice more, right?
Yeah, the only thing is to practice the graded and PYQ more as like as many times as you can.
Okay, sir.
For the maths, for the
Okay.
stats and all, also you can practice, but those are like a simpler. But I feel like from week 1 to 4, stats is pretty simple. So I don't find it like we'll be having that difficult in stats and English or CT. But yeah, for maths you have to practice because most of the time I see the result also. The maths will be the portion where people do not get passed.
And it is also quite sufficient now, sir. If we practice the solved problems itself, for example, practice assignments, graded solutions, at least we'll get the idea of how to attack the problem, right?
Yeah. So okay, 1 second. I'll just ask to stop the stream because we are just talking some random things.
Okay.
1 second. Okay, so what you're asking? You're asking something like, yeah, for the conceptual part, we're ending this session. Maybe we'll meet in, I guess, tomorrow on day after tomorrow. So then we'll